I like that hoodie.
Thank you.
Questions, guys?
James, how do you feel like things are coming together for your offensive line? And when you look toward week one, how many guys do you think could be part of that plan by design?
I think we've got a chance to have 8 guys. I think we'll have more than 2 tackles play. I think we'll have at least 3 guards play, and I think we'll have 2 centers play. So, how much, we'll see. We still got a ton of work to do between now and then, but I think we have probably a little bit more depth than we've had in the past. So that's a good thing.
You talked about Cooper Cousins last week. Where's he practicing right now, and where do you see him fitting into that picture, whether it's at guard or center?
Yeah, really both. He started out, as you know, typically with young players, you try to keep them at one spot, but he's done such a nice job this spring and done such a nice job this summer camp that we're playing him at both right now. And I think he could legitimately get in the game at both positions, center and guard.
James, we didn't get to see Alonzo Ford last year. How's he progressed throughout the offseason?
Yeah, he's been a real pleasant surprise. He really has. He's very good against the run. I think as he continues to gain confidence and get his body back from that amount of time off, with his injury, I think he'll get better and better and better in the pass game. But right now, he's got a really Deion's been very pleased. He's got a natural understanding of how to play the run, keys, pad level, hand placement. Been good. He's been a pleasant surprise, a nice addition. I mean, obviously we were excited about hopefully what he would have been able to do last year, but hadn't really had a chance to see him a whole lot. So he's been a nice, pleasant surprise for us for depth inside. And I think as he continues to get back into football shape, I think he could be competing for a starting job.
James, how would you describe the state of the offense with about 2 weeks left before game week?
I think it's good. I think that the biggest thing is Trey and Liam have really had a nice camp. And whether it's the coaches or whether it's defensive players or whether it's Tom Allen in the team meeting today talking about, the receivers' improvement, but specifically Trey and Liam, I think has been pretty good. So I think they've been probably the biggest difference. Obviously, Drew and Bo are really doing some good things in year 2. And then I think Nick and Katron are playing with a ton of confidence right now. The third back, we've had some bumps and bruises, so I haven't really had a chance to make any decisions on a third back yet. That's still a big question mark to be determined. Not really like we're not sure if we have a third back. It's just who is it going to be at this point.
James, you had mentioned at the end of spring ball that you were hoping to see more of Quentin Martin during the spring than he got. Now that you've got more sample size, what is he showing now versus what you saw earlier in the year?
Yeah, kind of what I just said. That the third backs have had some bumps and bruises, so I haven't had enough really to evaluate those guys yet.
Coach, I asked Coach Allen last week what players stood out to him. He said Khalil Dinkins, which surprised me, given that Khalil's an offensive player. What kind of fall has Khalil had so far?
Yeah, I think he's had some bumps and bruises as well and missed some time, but he is a big, strong, fast, aggressive guy. He's been productive in the amount of reps he's been able to get, but he's missed some time. We need to get him back and get him back soon because I think he has a chance to be a big part of our offense.
James, you mentioned in the spring that you were intentionally more physical, trying to build that mentality in your team. Has that paid off so far in camp? And I know that you've mentioned also that it's tough to kind of get those reps of hitting and tackling in modern football, but what's your assessment of your team's physicality and work in that area?
Yeah, I think we've always been a physical team and physical in camp and in spring ball. It's always interesting when we hire new people and they come in. I think they're always somewhat caught off guard by it, how physical things are. But I think we're in a really good place. We've got a ton of work in short yardage and 4-minute stuff that's hard to do without going live and things like that. So it's been good work. As you guys know, we'll start to kind of make some modifications as we're getting closer and closer to the game. And then, really start to kind of get into what we call developmental squads or scout teams and things like that here pretty soon. But it's been a physical camp. The last scrimmage was physical. Even today's practice has been very physical, even when it's stud periods.
What impressed you during that last scrimmage as you guys kind of worked through that?
I think more than anything, we just got a ton of reps, a ton of film, a ton of situational work covered. Not as clean as you'd like it to be, but really good film to teach off of. I think going into the stadium is going to be important for us. We haven't done that yet. But I just think we got a lot of things covered and a lot of work, whether it's 4-minute, whether it's 2-minute, whether it's third down, red zone. We just got a ton of work, which was valuable, but obviously a bunch of things that we still got to get cleaned up.
Coach, how do you assess your kicking situation at this point of camp, and how much will going over to the stadium, whatever you do, be a factor in that competition?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Coach Lustig and what he's done, but I've also been really impressed with our specialists. And when you talk kicking, you're talking about field goal or all around?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we got 3 guys that we could win with. The numbers and the statistics are pretty impressive across the board. I think Sander and Barker are probably a little bit further ahead, but Chase's numbers are good too. Those 2 guys have a little bit stronger leg, but all 3 of them have been very consistent under tough situations, put a ton of pressure on them in practice, and they've been really good.
James, we heard some good things about how Luke Reynolds has changed his body a little bit since he's been here. How do you see that translating onto the field and kind of learning to be that complete tight end?
Yeah, he's going to be a really good player here. He's very similar to Tyler Warren. They both played high school quarterback, transitioned to the position. He has gotten bigger. He put on a good amount of weight early on, and then he's kind of plateaued off a little bit. We got to continue to chip away at that. But he don't mind sticking his nose in there. Makes a ton of plays in the passing game. He's going to be a really good player, and we got great competition at the tight end position. So he's going to be a guy that's going to play this year, whether it is 4 games plus postseason, or whether it's just an all-out play, is still yet to be determined.
Are there other guys, James, that you guys have kind of decided on with the freshmen that you're like, okay, he's definitely going to play for? Or?
No, we haven't made any decisions, and even including him, we haven't made any decisions yet. Obviously, some guys, we'll see how it plays out, but you got the 4 games to play with, so we'll see what happens.
James, with Andrew Nelson being back with the program, just curious, how often is he talking with you and the coaches and players, and what's been an early impact that he's had in the program?
He talks in a staff meeting every single day, giving us information. I usually meet with him one-on-one about the practice plan and some modifications that we need to make. He also meets with all the assistant coaches, because if a certain player's numbers are higher than they should be, then we can make modifications in individual and things like that. And then he typically gives a message at the end of practice, but he's done a really good job. Went out and got his PhD, has been an intern here with us in strength and conditioning, and now we were able to bring him back home in this position. And I think not only does he have the experience and what he's learned in school, but I think he's one of the few sports scientists out there that also actually played, major Division I college football. So all those things I think are really helpful. We're excited about getting his family here. His wife is not here yet. We'd be very excited about getting her back here in State College.
You mentioned last week about Tyser Denmark, another freshman receiver. How's Peter Gonzalez? How's he been coming along?
Yeah, Peter has got I had a conversation with Peter and his family. He's got a long-term injury, not short-term, I guess I would describe it. So he'll be out for a little bit. Just so you guys know, and you're not asking me every week when you don't see him out there, but he'll be out for a little bit.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.